Hey, it's Billy with the Impractical Hikers. I was talking about the double black diamond packable down throw from Costco. 70 inches by 60 inches. $20. It's not. I mean, it's not a bad deal. If you don't have a Costco account, Bed Bath and Beyond has this one. I think they're now for $20. It's identical. Bed Bath and Beyond also has a couple more colors, and orange being my favorite, so I grabbed them while I could, and I guess I'll be making a light top quilt out of it or something like that. This is my original setup. I tried it out and was able to take it down to 36 degrees one night with my son, and then I was really warm in the setup, so I wanted to see how far I could take it, and we took it all the way down to -2 degrees Fahrenheit. And it probably could have done more than that, just the way we had it. But let me show you the setup first. Basically, what we got here is I'm not a great sewer at all. So what I did was, I just flipped it over and made a channel going all the way through, all the way around. So just took that and just took one square over and went all the way around. And I did the same for this way. I snaked some shot cord through all the way around and then tied that, so it was a continuous piece. After messing around with it, I tried a few other designs where it just try to hold it up, but it would never work correctly. I do have a hammock gear incubator 20 that I based the design off of. Actually, I pretty much just took the same type of suspension. It works amazing. Why mess with it? I have a tensioner for the channel here, so it goes around. I can tension that just with a cord lock. I put these adjustable parts right here on a line that's tied up to the carabiner at the head end there, so I can adjust going this and this, or this way and this way. I did that on all four sides. And as a underquilt, I think I got this down to around 55 degrees by itself. That was pretty much it for stage one. Okay, I do use stuff sacks. I am able to fit both underquilt or both down throws, plus the Tyvek and all the hardware fits in this Kelty stuff sack. I think it's about comparable to what I could get my incubator into. Incubator's full length, so it's quite a bit longer. I think it does fold down a little bit smaller. But other than that, I mean, it's really I'm sure the Costco and the Bed Bath and Beyond version are the same, and I'd say just give it a little time to loft up and you're back in business. But the whole thing, everything fit in there. The nice part about this system that I think is, if it's not going to be super cold, it's got to be around, in the 50s, 60s, you can just take just the one, so that cuts it down even more. If you got rain in the forecast, take the Tyvek. I mean, I think this got to be nice. It's got to give me some more options to get my pack a little lighter and get a little bit more comfortable without having to haul around all these different other quilts. The gardener also used a car cover made out of this Tyvek cloth. It really blocks the wind. It also will bite away moisture, from what I'm told. What I did was I made a channel, put some shot cord in, a couple of hooks on there, and this is what I'll put over if it's too windy. I haven't totally figured out how much R value it will give, but I just clip it on the place where I have the adjustable bits for that, and we'll just basically cover up the underquilt. As you can see, that it covers the entire underquilt. It's held on just by the original underquilt, so it doesn't need its own suspension. I did put a pleat in right here because it seemed to be flopping open quite a bit. It really blocks the wind. When we went out in the we went on our camping trip when it was sub-zero, I did not feel any wind when it was pushing against here, and I couldn't feel it at all. This thing works really good. I really want to try with just this one quilt and this to see what kind of temperature range we can get into. I may have forgot to mention on this quilt, what I did is I seam ripped all the seams going across this way, so it's one continuous tube all the way through, all the way down on this. I did the exact opposite on the other one, thinking that have it this way and this way, but I think kind of splitting hairs at that point. It works great. I think when you seam rip these, they fluff up probably about 30%. On with stage 2, what I did was I created another seam and put some shot cord in there. I sewed in the shot cord on a couple knots just to keep it straight, or to keep it held in there, and put a cord lock on this side to create the tension right there. As you can see, my stitching is horrible. I get an idea and I kind of just run with it. So, hey, you're in the woods, doesn't matter what it looks like, right? So what I did was I tried to figure out different ways of attaching the quilts together. Finally just came up, I know they have some plastic snaps. So after doing a little bit of research, I found out that I believe it's Joann's Fabrics had some, I think they're called some kind of a plastic snaps they use for baby diaper covers. It's real soft, it's real small plastic snap. So after looking pretty weird going into Joann's and asking for that, I tried it out and they snap right in. They're attached pretty good. Takes a lot to pull them apart, so I was really surprised with that. Really easy to set up. I did green on one side, orange on the other, so everything usually stays the same. Let me get that set up and I'll show you what it looks like after that's set up. Fast forward. Okay, after getting that all set up, when I did make this, I put it up next to it and I found that there was some extra, so using that, I thought I'd just make a little flap here to use as a filler. It seems to fill it out pretty good. As you can see, it makes a pretty good fit. When I put some tension onto it, tightens up pretty well and don't get a lot of draft at all. It's really easy to suck it all in there and provide a good seal. I did have some issues with it sagging, so what I did do is brought it up to my ridge line and pretty much just put a knot up here just to hold it in place, so to bring it up a little bit more. I think having some larger shot cord that goes around to support it, I think when you start getting the Reflectix in here and the weight of you and all that pushing down on it, pushes it down a little too far. But that's just that. I just need to order some of that and get that fixed. Let me get it set up in the next configuration. Here we go. This is 2 layers plus the Tyvek material. It is very thick. It feels about the same as my Hammock Gear 20-degree incubator. The only issue is it is not that long. If you're under 6 foot, you'll probably be comfortable in it. I think that's almost right at the region. I had a few times where I can feel my feet getting cold and I just have to tuck them in and they'd start warming up a little bit more. But it's for, let's see, $20 a piece. And there's a car cover, $20, or if you have one, that's $60 right there, plus some Reflectix material. I got all the way down to sub-zero. I mean, this is pretty amazing value for what you want, for just to get you out in the woods if you're on a budget. I do like having the Tyvek material in case it does rain a little bit or anything. It will protect from the rain. Can't say enough about it. It's great. The only thing I do is I have a sip pad I usually bring with me. It's quite a bit larger than this. But I'll put that in the second, just throw it in the very bottom here, and then reflects all my heat back up. Like I said, it's a great system. If you guys have any suggestions or comments, please let me know. And if you like to see more content, just feel free to subscribe. Thank you.